Howdy folks, you're watching Deuce. I had an idea on making a video about Pyrodex, why we have it and all that good stuff. But when I was prepping for that video, I realized I had forgotten to clean my black powder revolver the last time I shot it. After 20 years of shooting black powder revolvers, this is the first time I've done that, and I feel like an idiot. If you've ever cleaned a black powder revolver, you know that it is quite a task. But I'm going to test out a couple of different ways I've heard on the internet on how to clean these things much easier, much more simply, and much faster. All right, let's take a look at the bore. Oh, that is bad. Oh, there's a little bit of rust in there too. Dang it. I was hoping there would be no rust, but well, there she is. There's the rust right there. Just a tiny little bit. You see the salts on there, so that is, yeah, and there's the back of the cylinder right there. Yeah, that's all black powder residue with a little bit of black powder salts and a little bit of rust. We'll take a look at the cylinders. Yeah, the cylinder is in pretty rough shape as well. Ugh. So we're going to have to do some deep cleaning there, and I have just a solution. And that solution is a great big huge ultrasonic cleaner. Now, Vevor sent me this a long time ago, and I never got around to using it. They got mad at me, so I actually have a reason to test it out now. Now, this particular Vevor ultrasonic cleaner is a 22-liter model, which is way bigger than I'm going to ever need. I would never bought this myself, but they sent it to me. I'm going to test her out. So the water that came out of my tap is roughly 45 degrees Celsius. And we need about 50 to 55 degrees Celsius for optimal cleaning. So we're going to go ahead and turn on the heat. As the cleaner gets up to temperature, let's go ahead and disassemble this revolver. Jesus, everything's frozen. Oh no. Okay, there we go. If your black powder revolver is correctly cleaned and lubricated and maintained, you should be able to take it apart with no tools. I have not done that, so I may need some tools. It is not wanting to budge beyond what I just did. Maybe I can use the rammer. Oh, there we go. Ha ha! Ingenuity that I'm sure. Oh, some nasty gunk just fell out. Okay, there we go. So the barrel is off. I'm going to first just do a small preliminary cleaning of the cylinder itself and see how it goes, and then proceed to the rest of it later on if results are favorable. Today's cleaner will be Dawn dish soap. Very easy, very cheap, very simple. There are 1,000 different recipes online, and this I think is the easiest one. Now, I'm not going to be dumping this entire thing in here. I don't want this whole thing to be the cleaner because I'm just cleaning this one little guy here. So I'm going to put the water and the dish detergent in a plastic bag and then have that in here. And now let's turn it on. I'm going to run for 10 minutes. Look at all the gunk that came out of that sucker. Get all the soap off of it. Now sure, it looks much better, but normally would go ahead and automatically just throw some Ballistol or WD-40 or something there that displaces a little bit of water there. But it looks pretty dang good already. Okay, now let's take a look at that bore here and see what that looks like. Nice and shiny. Look at that. Look at that. Now we'll probably go ahead and put a steel brush through there as well, just to make sure we got everything cleaned up. I've now fully cleaned and lubed everything here, so it should be ready to rock and roll. I've already put the nipples back in, so I'll go ahead, get the cylinder on there. I didn't even take off the loading lever when I put this barrel into the ultrasonic cleaner, and it cleaned it right up anyway. Well, let's go ahead and mount the barrel on there and the barrel wedge. You don't need to pound this thing in with a hammer. You should just be able to put it on there thumb tight and it be just fine. Listen to that. Beautiful. That is perfect. And fully lubed up, and I just used Ballistol. Oh, there we go. Ballistol. Ooh, I'm almost out of it too. I gotta get some more of this. So Dawn dish soap, an ultrasonic cleaner, and a little bit of Ballistol to finish it off is the perfect way to clean off your revolver when it's super, super dirty and you don't want to sit there over the sink and scrub away all day. There is a second easy way I've heard on the internet, and that is to put this thing in your dishwasher. So I'm going to go ahead and shoot this and make that other video, and then I'm going to take this back and put it in the dishwasher. Let's see if I can show you a little bit of what I'm talking about, how dirty everything is right there. There we go. That's pretty dirty. That was pretty dirty. That had been shot quite a bit. She has gone through a full cycle now in an empty dishwasher. And, oh, Jesus, it's hot. All right. I mean, that's pretty squeaky clean. There's still a little bit of residue from water there, but I didn't let it go through the whole full plate drying. I see a little bit of rust forming though. Already I see a little bit of rust forming in the cylinder. And here's the aftermath of washing it in the dishwasher, and I ended up with a rusting issue. That was something I was not prepared for because I thought it was supposed to flash off because of the heat and the water would not end up rusting anything. So I'm going to have to re-clean all this. I do not recommend the dishwasher approach. Now, of course, the rust is very, very fine. And right on the surface, I can even just wipe it off and it's gone. Then I'm just going to apply some good old Ballistol and we'll be back to normal. Now, it did get her clean. It is cleaner than it's ever been. It's also rustier than it's ever been. This gun will never see the inside of a washing machine or a dishwasher ever again. It even took off a little bit of the bluing on the fake case hardening. It took that just a little bit off there, which I do not like. Interesting. So the dishwasher idea was a flop. Now, I did not come across that idea just randomly on the internet. There's a guy at the shooting range, a known SAS shooter, that's SASS, that's a single action shooting, not society, I guess a society. But basically, it's a cowboy action style shooting. Think action pistol, but with black powder revolvers instead. And he has worn out more black powder revolvers than I've ever owned. And he says that he uses the dishwasher to clean his pistols. And that's why I decided to try it out myself. Maybe he only shoots stainless steel revolvers, and pretty much every manufacturer of black powder revolvers offers a stainless steel model. So that's completely possible. And if you do have a stainless steel model, then the dishwasher idea is not a bad one. But I'm still going to basically stick to the good old ultrasonic cleaner from now on. Some of you who've been with the channel for a long time know that I already have an ultrasonic cleaner, a much smaller one. This one is a 6.5 liter version versus the 22 big boy right there. Now, I think the 6.5 liter version is probably going to be the smallest one that you can break down a 8-inch barreled revolver and clean it. So let's find out if this barrel actually fits down inside the basket. It does, barely. So if the largest thing you want to clean is the 8-inch barrel on a black powder revolver, the 6.5 liter version is the smallest version you can get away with without having to be very creative. Well, guys, that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a like and go subscribe. A lot more is on the way. If you have any comments, questions, or show ideas, there we go. Go ahead and put that down in the comments down below. I try to answer as many of those as possible. And as always, you guys have a great day. See ya. Gotta love me some Ballistol. Good stuff.